Welcome to 20th anniversary MIT Sloan CIO Symposium. It's hard to believe it. We've been going this long and it keeps evolving. So I'm Christopher Reichert, president of the MIT Sloan Boston Alumni Association. Honored to be here with you today to celebrate this milestone event. I'd like to start by thanking the MIT Sloan Boston Alumni Association for creating and nurturing this event since 2004. I joined in 2005, and I really didn't think that we would be going this long, but it is amazing to see such energy and vibrancy in the panels that we're going to have today and with everyone out in the audience here. The board's commitment has made this a success, and we're continue to be committed to this, along with our other events, which I invite you to participate in. In addition to this MIT Sloan CIO Symposium, we have the MIT CFO Summit for all the chief financial officers in your life. That's in November. We have a career series, which is online and in person. We have Wine and Women Wednesdays, and so a full calendar of events for the Boston area alumni and the general public to attend to. So I invite you to join us in that. So a lot has changed in the past 2 decades. You know, the internet was still in its infancy, and mobile phones were just starting to become popular. BlackBerry was the phone to beat at the time, and Google was not even public when we started this. And it's more connected than ever before, and technology is playing an increasingly important role in every aspect of our lives. As CIOs, we have a responsibility to lead our organizations through this digital transformation. You know, we know this, and we live this. And over the past 2 decades, this symposium has evolved significantly, now including the CIO Leadership Award, which we celebrated last night, and the panelists will speak today on various panels. We have the exciting Innovation Showcase at the far end there with new and upcoming companies, and the vibrant online community. So if you go to mitcio.com, I encourage you to join and continue the conversation there. But its core mission has remained the same, to provide CIOs with the insights and tools they need to succeed in today's rapidly changing business environment. That's why I'm so excited to be here with you today. The symposium is a unique opportunity to learn from each other, share best practices, and network with other leaders in the field. The conversation starts and the panels continues at the breaks and lives on in the online community of peers. I'd also like to thank our sponsors for their generous support. Their investment in this event helps us bring together the brightest minds in the industry and academia. I'd also like to thank our speakers for sharing their time and their expertise with us. Your insights are invaluable, and we are grateful for your willingness to share them with all of us. And I know that we're all looking forward to a productive and stimulating day. And finally, I'd like to thank Allan, Tate, our executive chair. His leadership since 2020, and he's done an outstanding job. He landed into the midst of COVID in March of 2020, and he really kept this, the symposium going on the virtual first, and then a various online and hybrid. And here we are with our first, I think, full in-person event since 2019. And his expertise and diligence really is part of the DNA of the CIO Symposium, and innovation, experimentation, and excellence in execution. So Allan, come on up here, and thank you all, and enjoy the symposium.
Well, thank you, Christopher, and great, I have the clicker. So, welcome to everybody to the 20th Annual CIO Symposium. Welcome to the people in this room as well as the people who are remote. We have a packed agenda, so I will try to be brief with my starting comments. So we are in the grand ballroom, and you know that the sponsors are directly outside, not to mention your breakfast. If you walk down the hall, you will find that the first set of doors on your left is the Innovation Showcase. They'll be around during the lunchtime breakouts, and past that is the breakout room when we'll have lunchtime breakouts. I will mention that there are parking vouchers at the registration desk, and don't forget to visit the MIT press table, which is right across from registration if you're interested in books. We do have some additional locations. Downstairs we have the Somerset Meeting Room. This is open to anybody. No reservations are required. It's intended for sponsors or panelists to get together. If you go past hotel registration, go up the elevators one floor, and it's right there. We also have the executive conference room for the press. That is also just past hotel reservation. And there's also plenty of public space downstairs where people can go if you need to get away for a moment. And here's the map, and so you could see it's both of the rooms are just past hotel registration. So as I mentioned, we do have a packed agenda. In the morning, we're going to be here in the grand ballroom. We will have a coffee break, so you won't be trapped here all morning. At 11:45, we'll break for lunch. The first, it'll be served in the hallway right down across from the Innovation Showcase. You can come back and eat here in the ballroom, or there'll be trays if you want to take your lunch at other places. At 12:15, you have a choice. You can stay here, and we're going to have the second year of the Innovation Showcase elevator pitches. The Innovation Showcase companies will do a 60-second elevator pitch. This was very popular last year, but you also can go to a fireside chat down in the breakout room during that same period. So I just want to mention about questions. We're doing questions a little bit differently this year. We're not using Slido. We're going to alternate between in-person questions and remote questions. So for people in the remote audience, you're on Zoom. You're probably familiar with Zoom Q&A. So you can enter your questions. You can upvote other people's questions, and the moderators will be equipped with a tablet so they can see your questions and choose the questions that they want. For the in-person audience, we will have mic runners, and so if you raise your hand, someone will recognize you, and the moderator will recognize you, and the mic runner will come. Please wait for the mic, because otherwise the remote audience won't be able to hear what you're saying. And if you would, please be brief, just your name, affiliation, and your question, and that would be great. So for those of you who are online, let me introduce you to Pat Hubble. She is online all day, and she is monitoring many, many channels, making sure that everybody in our remote audience is happy. She's backed up by Christopher Reichert and Erica Murphy in case she needs to step away, but we do have people who are there to help you if you're having any trouble. Social media. We encourage all of you to use social media, LinkedIn and Twitter. If you want to post information about the event, that would be great. Use our hashtag MITCIO. I also want you to save the date, May 13 and 14, 2024, at the Royal Sonesta Hotel in Cambridge, right here. We're going to come back. So I hope you like this venue. I guess I don't know yet because I haven't seen your survey results, and you will get a survey right after this, and I hope you all fill it out because I like data. But do mark your calendars. I do want to thank our sponsors. Our 2023 Diamond sponsors are Apollo, McKinsey & Company, ThoughtWorks. Our platinum sponsors are Adobe and Strongbow Consulting. Our gold sponsors are Deloitte, Darktrace, Macero, and VM. And then our bronze and virtual sponsors are Cloudflare, CoreSite, and MIT Executive Education. And each of our sponsors has unique insights to information technology, and I do encourage you to speak with them. Again, they're right outside. They mostly all have a table, but otherwise they're here. I also want to recognize the Innovation Showcase. Down the hall on the left is the Innovation Showcase tables. They had a reception last night before the dinner. As I mentioned, they'll have elevator speeches, and they'll also be here during the afternoon breakouts, and so I encourage you to go and meet them. There are 10 outstanding companies that get chosen by our Innovation Showcase team. And I want to mention our ever-growing list of partners. We have a wonderful partners team that works here at the symposium. They've been expanding our academic, our professional, international, media, and production partners. And so I do want to thank them. I want to thank all the organizing team leaders. There's too many to mention, but these are the people who are really working the whole time as we're planning the symposium. I want to give a special thanks to Tina Krasinski, our program manager, who's worked tirelessly to make sure everybody gets settled and gets their ticket. I also want to do a special call out to two of our partners, Giro Studio and Warner Communication, because they really are embedded in our organizing team. They come to the meetings, they participate with us, and so they're really more than a vendor, they're part of the family. There are more organizing team members, and they do things, they are panel captains, they are data analysts, and they are authors, and they are promoters, and they also work on the symposium. And I also want to thank all the people that worked on ideation. We developed a formal ideation phase this fall. I have to say that it was inspired by Tom Malone's book, Superminds. I read it after the 2020 symposium and liked the ideas, and so I pulled it together. And you can see we have a star-studded panel of people that helped come up with the theme and the panel topics. We also have a long list of people, some of you saw this last night with the dinner program, who participate in the judging of the CIO Leadership Award. So all of these people help the symposium, and so I just want to give them a round of applause. So before we get to our keynote speaker, who is coming up in just a moment, I just want to recognize the 3 CIO Leadership Award finalists that were honored last night at the leadership dinner. Don't worry, you will all get a chance to meet them and get introduced to them at 9:30. George Westerman is going to have their first panel. And by the way, they're all on 2 panels. So you'll meet them at 9:30, and then you'll meet each of them at one of the afternoon breakouts if you happen to go to that one. The award finalists this year are Deepa Sani, Oz Surgeon, and the winner, Tom Peck. So let's give them a round of applause.